First, auto boxing. So what is this? Well, basically, when we define a character class, not like a row type, like a char. I mean, character as an object, as you see in this example. And then, but I'm not saying that new character. I'm just saying like as a car. What is happening is actually when we provide this kind of literals, it is actually creates a character object, and that value is assigned to that object. So I'm not saying new character. I'm just putting a value in that, but actually it is still in the background. It is still creating a character object. This is called autoboxing. And also we have these methods. Char value. Well, basically it returns the value of return the value of that char character object as a char. Or toString, basically it returns it as a string. Now, and also we have this equals method. Basically it is again to compare two character objects. Do they have the same value or not? Like in the string we have this equals method. And this part might be interesting, the tokenizing string. So what is tokenizing? Or what is a token? Well, this is a term that we use in especially natural language processing. So what is a token? It is the smallest unit that you can process on a textual data. So it can be a word, or in some other languages it can be like some suffixes and so on. But it is the unit that you want to work on. Like if you want to analyze a text, like what is its meaning or so, your words might be your token, because you want to process it by token, by word by word. Okay, so this is a term that we use. And so when we are working on a text, words, punctuations, and all others can be our token. It actually depends on our application that we want to implement. So what we want to do is we get a text and we want to divide it into tokens so that we want to process on it. Like, let's say we want to count the number of words in a document. How can I do it? Like, as an algorithm, I'm not asking a Java question. Like, let's say I have given you a text, and then how many words are there?
We can use the white spaces.
Yeah, we can use the white spaces based on, I need to separate the text based on the white spaces, and then it will give me roughly the number of words. Of course, the punctuations and so on, I need to think about it, but I need to split it. Or maybe I want to say, okay, let's say again, I have a document, and then I want to count, okay, how many times the word Qatar exists in it? Then how should I do it? Well, again, I need to divide it into words, and for that one, I need to now split the text into, based on some criteria, like it can be based on white space or so, and then I can just go over that. For those, we use the split method. Of course, it can be based on white space if I want to get the words, maybe. But if maybe, let's say I want to count the number of sentences, not words. So let's say that this is my token, not words, the sentences. Then, of course, this will not work 100% accuracy, but I might divide it based on dots, maybe question marks and exclamation marks, so that it will roughly give me the sentences, so that then I can process it. So for this split function, what it does is it's when we run it from a string, it basically splits into tokens, multiple. It gives us a string array, a list of strings, and then how will it split it? Well, the default value is white space, but you can also say anything related to that. Let's say you have a CSV file. What is a CSV file? Excel file, yes, but it has, what does CSV stands for? Comma separated value. So yes. So let's say that you have a CSV file, so and you want to process it. Like, how do you process it? Well, actually, it means that every cell is separated by a comma, and I want to process it by cell, let's say it in this way. Then how should I split it? Well, based on a comma. If you read the CSV file, keep it in a string, and then if you use the split function and so use the delimiter as a comma, then each token will be this cell value in that CSV file, so you can easily process that CSV file. So actually what I'm trying to say is this split function is actually pretty useful function, and it's a very popular one that we use. Like, let's look at this example code. So we are asking the user to, we define a scanner to get input from the user. Oops, sorry. And then we say enter a sentence and press enter, and then we read one line from the user, which we keep it as this in this sentence variable, and then sentence.split with a white space. So basically, it splits based on the white space character, and then it returns us a string array. Okay, and then what we want to do is, now this is an array. We will see it in chapter 3, now in the following chapter, not in this one. But we can basically it returns how many items in that list. But we can go over it with a for loop for each loop. For each string token in our tokens list, we can print them so that it will print them word by word. Let's do one example for this. Then we will be done by this chapter. So again, I'll just delete this part. So let's say we have one string array. I'll say sentence or whatever it is. Then I'll have some values. For that one, I don't know, any meaning, that is fine. A, B, C, D, F, no special meaning. Then if I say for my sentence, split, and then my delimiter will be based on white space, it returns me a string array. This is the string array notification. We will see it in the following chapter, but it will give me a string array. Then I can iterate over this list by using for each loop.
This is the name of the array?
Yes, correct, variable name. And then when I do it, and then when I hit run, let's see the output. Let me open this show. So every word is written in one separate line, but I can also do it in this way. Let's say that this is like a CSV file. I have all these separated with a comma, and then if I change my delimiter to comma, then again I will get basically the same answer, but now I'm able to process it same. As I said, I can play it with, like if I had said that, okay, we have A here and we have A also here, and my delimiter is A, what will be the output? So basically A, B, C, A, E, F, and then I split it based on character A.
It will be comma B, comma C, comma E, comma F.
So we will, how many tokens will we have?
2.
We have 2. So 2 lines of code. But the first one is actually, yes, the empty one. See, it just saw A. That's why it is 2 part. Anyway, then comma B, comma C, comma, and then A is those. So the delimiter's letters are not written. So again, the remaining part.
So you have to use an array with a split method?
Split function returns an array. So split is a function of string classes, string objects. So sentence is a string only, not a string array. But what it returns split function is, if you just double click, if you are using Eclipse, that kind of tool, if you hit Control and then click on that, you will be able to see the implementation of that function. Okay, so this is what I did. So we went to actually implementation of string class, and then here is the definition or implementation of split function. And as you can see that now it returns a string array. So this is why we have to work on string arrays if we are using the split function. All right. Any questions so far? All right, regarding the string builder class is optional one, which means that we will not ask any questions in the quiz on the midterm, but it's just for you to learn if you want to learn. I will not spend on time, but it is on the slides. Okay, so this is just some more extra resource for you. And this is basically the end of this part, so we will move to another part of chapter 2. But before that, let's give 1 minute break and take attendance, and then we will continue.